Good evening, wrestling fans. We're your hosts, Lewis
and Jaden, and this is Evolution of Pro Wrestling.
Welcome back to another great episode today, fans. We're actually airing today instead of tomorrow. Tomorrow we actually wasn't airing our live show. We're doing a special today, and today's special is going to be amazing.
Ooh,
but
yeah.
before we get into that, we are going to discuss a few things that we saw on Monday Night Raw. There was a full-blown invasion of NXT. They went to WWE Raw. They went after everyone. It was the Raw roster, the SmackDown roster. It was crazy what happened, and then even more in NXT.
NXT is making a surprise right now. NXT is going crazy. You know, they're doing these random attacks. Triple H is doing it with NXT. I can actually say that WWE is becoming great again because of these ambushes, these attacks that NXT is doing, which is totally amazing.
No, they're trying to make a mark.
Yes, absolutely.
Is trying to make a mark that this is the bigger brand. This is what we do.
Yes.
And I won't be surprised if they make a name for themselves.
Absolutely.
In the long run, which brings us to our topic for today. Jaden, tell them what our topic is today.
Today's topic is the history of Survivor Series. Yes, I said it. The history of Survivor Series. You know, Survivor Series is all about, you know, the last survivor, the remaining survivor. But now, Dad, they spiced it up. And normally it would only be SmackDown and Raw. Now it's SmackDown, Raw, and NXT all in one pay-per-view. So I am absolutely looking forward to watching this pay-per-view.
No, and you mentioned about the Survivor Series, the history of the Survivor Series. Christopher Brown just mentioned a good point. Last night, NXT finally beat AEW in the ratings. That's because of this feud that's going on with NXT, SmackDown, and Raw. Carlos says Hogan sucks. Well, that's your opinion, Carlos. We'll see you tomorrow. We're going to be in Atomic. So, Jaden.
Yes.
What is Survivor Series?
Survivor Series is... basically, it's not like all the other pay-per-views. You know, a pay-per-view stands for something. Each pay-per-view stands for something. Hell in a Cell stands for the scariest structure of all time. But Survivor Series is all about surviving. Just like it says the name, Survivor Series. Survivor Series is when, you know, you fight as a team, you fight singly to be the last remaining survivor inside of that ring. The Survivor Series is to get the job done, to make sure you do anything possible to win. So, lately there's been a lot of talking going on about how do you win? How do you be the last survivor in Survivor Series? Okay, normally there's a 5-on-5 match, SmackDown versus Raw or NXT, anything you want. You need teamwork, creativity, even if that means cheating. Anything to do to survive in Survivor Series, do it. Absolutely, with 100% chance, you better do it. Because that is the way of surviving in Survivor Series.
No,
to do every single thing in your power and in your will to be the sole survivor. Exactly.
And to make sure your team wins. And I've seen, since 1987, Survivor Series has been ongoing. And before we continue into the topic, Christopher Brown just made a comment. He said, let's not forget that 6 months ago, Hunter did say he didn't need any main roster wrestlers in NXT to bump up the ratings. And earlier today, he made it sound like he actually was grateful for Raw and SmackDown rosters to show up on NXT. This is business. It's going to happen. Triple H says such and such, but it's it's going to be for the ratings. It's for the money. That's what the fans want, and that's what we're going to see. And then Carlos says this kid has been studying a lot. Yes, sir, he has. He's broken out his shell.
I know my stuff. I am a big WWE fan. Whether or not I'm 13, I love the wrestling industry.
Can you tell me, Jaden?
Can I tell you?
Off the back, one of your greatest moments in the Survivor Series.
One of my greatest moments in the Survivor Series was back when the Shield were broken up. You know, they were getting reunited. And then they actually faced off against the New Day. That was my favorite moment of all time. I will never forget that day. The Shield was my favorite, favorite faction. That match even if it was a schedule for one fall match, that match was epic.
No, the match was
that match was amazing.
Match.
To three of the best icons on one team, and then the other three best icons on one team. It's just like a perfect match. One of them's a heavyweight, a powerhouse. One of them's the leader, the all the way around, and one of them's the crazy one. That's the way it is supposed to be. It's Survivor Series. It could be uneven but even.
Let's not forget, at one point when the Shield was a heel, Roman Reigns single-handedly took out an entire team in the Survivor Series. See, so the Survivor Series, sometimes the numbers don't matter, because in a blink of an eye, you can lose just like that. Because that's what Survivor Series is about. It's about surviving. It's an elimination match. But I don't know. I think the way the Survivor Series has been back then to compare to now, I prefer back then. What do you think?
See, I've never really seen back then, so I'm just gonna go with the opinion of today.
See, back then, they had Hulk Hogan. They had Andre the Giant, Ultimate Warrior, Paul Orndorff, King Kong Bundy, Magnificent Morocco. You think any of these guys now in the new era could take on any of those guys?
Good question.
That shouldn't even be a no-brainer.
I think
you shouldn't even be thinking about that.
I should be thinking about that.
How are you gonna think about that? That's
because
a no-brainer.
one,
the
these
older
guys,
generation is better.
The older generation is better. Oh goodness, here we go. Back to what I was saying.
Here we go.
Let's start going. Here we go.
Let's hit it.
Like I said before, I was rudely interrupted by my crazy father.
Mm-hmm. I'm crazy. That's what I am.
No. Oh yeah, you're crazy.
Come on, hurry up.
Crazy in the bird book. Yeah. So I think some wrestlers back then can beat some wrestlers today. Like I think Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, people like that can beat some of the wrestlers here today. But I also think some of the wrestlers today cannot beat the wrestlers can beat the wrestlers from back then.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Yep.
I don't think so.
I believe so.
I don't think so.
I do.
How? How can you believe that?
Cause I just feel it.
Carlos said it. All the generation.
I'm not saying the old generation is better. I'm not saying the old generation.
You think Seth Rollins can take on a Hulk Hogan?
Absolutely.
You think Roman Reigns can take on an Ultimate Warrior?
Absolutely.
Hell no.
Yes.
You crazy.
No. You're the crazy one. Of course he can.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Oh my goodness, because Andre the Giant was like one of the biggest guys.
Randy Macho Man Savage.
Who do you think he could take on?
Can you compare anybody to him in this roster, in the main roster?
Of course you can. You can compare a lot of people. You can compare Roman Reigns. You can compare Seth Rollins. You could definitely compare Drew McIntyre because that man is scary. You could definitely compare Braun Strowman because Braun Strowman is like one of the strongest guys today in this wrestling business. So I honestly think you can compare people to Macho Man. God, I'm not saying Macho Man is not a good wrestler. Macho Man, I love to watch Macho Man. Macho Man is probably one of my favorite wrestlers, and I'm only 13, and he was probably before I was even born. He was around before I was even born. So I'm not knocking off Macho Man, God rest his soul, because Macho Man was absolutely phenomenal in the ring, especially all the Survivor Series events that he has been in. But like I said, you can still compare people now to people back then.
I gotta disagree.
You're crazy, Dad.
I know I'm crazy, and that's what makes me so crazy, and that's what makes it so good. That I know what the fans like. The fans still to this day like old school wrestling.
I'm not saying they don't, but just like I made my point,
there is.
You can still, yes, there is a big point to this. You can still compare.
Carlos said it. King Kong Bundy versus Roman Reigns. You think Roman Reigns would have been able to take on King Kong Bundy in a Survivor Series match? Are you kidding me? Ryan, welcome, brother. We're glad you made it. I'm gonna be.
Brian, please.
Is here now. I want to hear what he's got to say during this topic.
Please screw my dad's brain back into his head.
My dad's brain. Brian, and now that you're watching, Jaden says that the old school generation cannot compare to the new generation in the Survivor
I
Series.
said they can compare. You said they couldn't compare. I said
I
some.
said old school generation is way better than new school.
And I said some new school wrestlers are better than some old school. Yes.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
You look at the match. You look at the matches that they used to have in the Survivor Series.
The matches
back then.
they used to have. Look at the matches they have
10
now.
Men, they had 10 men in one ring.
Oh wow. Well, what does numbers do? Just like you said earlier, numbers don't matter.
It makes it exciting when you have 10.
But just like you said earlier, numbers don't matter.
So you have 10 men on one side, 10 men on another. Which back then that was when tag teams would wrestle in the Survivor Series, which was awesome. I used to like. Then at one point you had two main men that were together in one team, which no one today can compare in the Survivor Series. You had Hulk Hogan, the Ultimate Warrior, two of the top major stars back then, and you also had Macho Man and Hulk Hogan, the Madness,
the Mega Powers,
the Macho Madness, Hulkamania, and the Warriors. You mean to tell me that people today can compare to that tag team in a Survivor Series match? You tell me who.
I'm not saying no one could stand a chance against him. Oh, okay. Let me rephrase that. I'm not saying that no one could possibly beat them, but there is people now today that can actually be close to beating them. For instance, Braun Strowman, one of the strongest guys. Braun Strowman is one of the strongest guys. Seth Rollins, one of the most athletic guys. Yeah, you're yawning. But let's look back to see how.
So he can take on Andre the Giant.
Who can?
Braun Strowman.
Absolutely.
Nope.
Yep.
See, now
if
you
Hulk can, no. No, I'm not on nothing.
No. See, now you're on.
Yeah, I'm on my facts. That's what I'm on.
That's not facts.
No, I'm
That's
on
not
my
facts.
facts. I'm on my facts.
Hulk Hogan's
You
a
saying
more
he
bigger
can't
star.
take him on at all? At all. Hulk Hogan
Look at
is.
that. Okay, Brian says he's neutral. Brian says he's neutral, and he says, I'm old school. I'm old fashioned. I love me some old school wrestling. But I do enjoy what's out there now. But
Exactly.
For example, wait. But for example, there is no tag team modern day that can touch the Legion of Doom.
We're not talking about the Legion of Doom.
No, but the Legion
we were
of Doom,
talking about Macho Man, Ultimate Warrior, and Hulk Hogan.
But the Legion of Doom were also
They're
in the Survivor
different.
Series.
They're different. I understand the Legion of Doom.
They were in a Survivor Series team at one point when it was them, Jake the Snake Roberts, and I forgot who else was on that team. Also, there was another gentleman that they also teamed up with the Ultimate Warrior. You cannot compare the old generation superstars,
yes, you can.
heavy hitters, to now.
Oh my goodness, Dad! Please come back onto the Earth. Please get out of alien world. Please speak English. Because you're not speaking the truth right now.
Perfect.
No, you're not. You're speaking broken craziness.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
How am I speaking craziness?
Because some of the stuff you are saying is not true. Some wrestlers now can compare to some of the old wrestlers today.
I don't believe that.
I believe that.
Nope.
I believe that. Nope. I believe that. I absolutely in my heart believe that.
Okay, so let's say, okay, you come up right now.
Yep.
With a dream team from the new era right now, and I'll come up with one for the old generation.
All right, go ahead.
And we can discuss it. You go ahead first.
Okay. A dream team right now. Braun Strowman.
Mm-hmm.
Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, let's see here. Let me see here.
You shouldn't even.
Let me see. Wait a minute.
Yeah, Jaden is looking for a stunner.
And he's looking for a fist across the face is what he's looking for. Back to what I was saying when I was rudely interrupted again. Braun Strowman, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Bray Wyatt.
Okay.
All the top men at this moment.
Okay.
At this moment.
Okay.
At this moment.
So you got that dream team.
Yes.
My dream team would be Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Randy Savage, Andre the Giant, and I would have to say Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Oh, sorry, I fell asleep on you while you were saying that.
smart ass.
Yeah, sorry.
Brian, you heard the dream team for both. What do you think, fans in general? What do you think of the dream team we just announced?
I think they would, if they would fight. I'm not exactly sure who would win, but I think my team would stand a chance.
No.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
I don't think so.
I think so.
Nope.
I'm sorry, Dad. I fell asleep on that again.
Yeah,
but I do think they can.
You're falling asleep.
Yes.
You can fall asleep all you want, but the facts are facts.
No.
You're new
Yeah,
school,
you're an old
and
school
school's
wrestler.
always
That's
gonna
why
rule.
you always believe in old school.
Because they're the best.
No, they're not the best.
Yes, they are.
No.
They are the best.
No, they're not the best. They're not the best anymore. They're not blowing up anymore. They're not doing nothing anymore, no matter how old they are.
Lord, here we are.
No matter how old they are. Look at Hulk Hogan. Like, he's not blowing up as much as he used to. Who cares the age? If
The
you're,
man can come into an arena right now and still sell out a crowd. What you mean?
he can still sell out a crowd. Okay, that's one crowd.
He can get more of a reaction than anybody right now.
I highly doubt
You
that.
kidding me, bro?
Doubt that.
Listen. You've been watching too much of the Hello Kitty.
No,
Get back into reality, okay?
no, Dad. You stop watching that pretty Pegasus or whatever you were watching. Get back onto Earth and stop running around being happy in La La Land, please.
Justin Wayne James, welcome to the topic, sir. You can join in the topic in the comments. We're talking about the history of the Survivor Series.
Yeah, my dad's not knowing what he's talking about
post
here.
Your comments and say what you want to say for our comments. Look at that. Look at the dream team he just came up with.
Okay, I like his dream team. I don't like yours.
Vader. The Undertaker, Ultimate Warrior. You kidding me?
I like his dream
That's
team,
what I'm saying.
but I don't like
Okay,
yours.
Why you don't like mine?
Because yours sucks.
Oh yeah, mine.
Yeah, I like his.
You see exactly Hello Kitty.
No, you need to get
out.
out of La La Land. Stop eating all that candy.
Oh yeah.
It's not my fault you wore cotton candy for a
he just
shirt.
said it, man, the Taker is a legendary at Survivor Series.
Yes,
The man
I agree.
debuted at the
I
Survivor
can
Series in
agree with that.
1990. So nobody could beat him at Survivor Series.
No, Undertaker, no, absolutely not. I do agree with that. No one can beat him in Survivor Series.
No. That's what I'm saying. So him and the team, he could destroy anyone today.
Yeah, but your team sucks, so it
No,
doesn't matter.
absolutely not.
Yes.
Listen, Hulk Hogan's
Now your team. Oh my God, are we really gonna get to this?
That's right.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's
always.
No,
He's the
never.
best.
No.
And will always be the
No,
best.
he will never always be the because he slammed one man because he made history.
No, it's not about history, Jaden. It's the fact that he made wrestling what it is today.
Because he made wrestling.
Come on, man.
Today.
He did
There was
wrestling
wrestlers way before him.
Oh Lord! Here, look at his dream team. This is another dream team. I don't think they can even touch.
Okay.
Kevin Nash, Bruiser Brody, Abdullah the Butcher, Haku, and Rick Rude.
I still don't. Yeah, no.
You
They can
kidding
still
me?
touch
Bruiser
him.
Brody?
Bruiser Brody. Oh wow, that one guy. Like that one guy is gonna carry the
Abdullah the
whole
Butcher?
team. Like they're all gonna carry the team.
Are you kidding me right
Those
now?
guys are whole totally different
Oh,
characters.
my God.
And I doubt that they're gonna use any type of teamwork, any type of anything. It doesn't matter about the team. It doesn't matter what time you're
Son,
in. Get that in your head,
You
Dad.
need to come back to Earth.
Study your books. Read your
I
facts.
know my facts.
No, you
I've been
don't.
watching Survivor Series before you were born.
That doesn't
son.
mean anything.
Okay, we got another dream team here by Justin Wayne. Vader, Ted DiBiase, Undertaker, Psycho Sid, Ultimate Warrior.
They could
Piper,
definitely touch
and
them.
Dusty,
They could
Dusty
definitely
Rhodes.
touch them.
No.
Yes.
Nope.
Yep.
Absolutely. Not.
Absolutely.
Nope.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Come on. Where we going?
Oh, Lord, this child, you see this child doesn't know anything.
Yes, I know a lot more than you do, Dad. You're too old to remember.
Oh, yeah? You see the disrespect I get from my co-host? This little jerk.
A little too old to remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, best survivor.
It's Randy Orton. I agree.
Well,
A new school wrestler,
but he's
finally.
old school from the beginning.
He's old school and new school because he
No.
still wrestles.
No.
Yeah, yes.
He still wrestles.
But yeah, exactly.
But overall,
He's not as old as Hulk Hogan and all them other old mans.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
It matters a lot.
Has Orton ever beat Hulk Hogan?
Has who?
Has Orton ever beat Hulk Hogan?
No, but he
No,
has
there you
RKO'd
go.
him, but he's RKO'd him
So
before.
that don't mean nothing.
It means a lot. It means a
Look
lot.
at that.
RKOing your
Even
best
Carlos said it,
wrestler.
The new generation is no good.
Yeah, he's crazy just like you, Dad. He's crazy just like you because I don't agree
See,
with
Justin Wayne is asking the best entrance at the Survivor Series.
that. Oof, I don't know that one.
Yeah, that's kind of the. Brian, you do smell a tombstone. I'm gonna tombstone his little ass through the table.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna punch him through the wall, and then I'm gonna RKO him down the stairs. No, he's not. No. I'm gonna RKO him across the country, so he needs to stop playing.
It's like,
For I spear him through the wall, I will break his ribs.
Anyway,
he will have to get a replaced hip. Oh wait, I forgot you already got one of those. Sorry.
What you said? What you said?
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
I said you got a replaced hip.
I got a replaced hip. You boy.
It's okay, Dad. We know you're 50
Get
years
your
old.
hands off of
We
me.
know you're 50 and you're grumpy.
Smart ass.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset the old man.
Shut up.
But would you like a Pop-Tart, Dad?
You want a fist in your face?
Come on.
Right, you see this disrespect for this shit? Anyway, back to the topic. Yep, I'll give him the figure 4. He'll tap.
No.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, back to the topic.
Yes.
So, when you talk about the Survivor Series, again, back to you can't compare but such and such. We've seen the difference in certain Survivor Series pay-per-views that at one point they had some singles matches. At one point they had traditional Survivor Series matches. At certain pay-per-views in the beginning, they had all traditional Survivor Series matches. Do you think the way it is now, Chop Fest, father versus son? Yeah, we might need to do that. Just chop you up. Anyway, thanks, Carlos. We appreciate it. If you see the pay-per-views back then to now, do you prefer the pay-per-view to be all traditional Survivor Series matches, or do you prefer one-on-one matches?
Okay, I prefer all traditional
And
matches.
why is that?
Because that's what makes Survivor Series so good. Like, okay, I understand, a 1v1 is to test your might, to test your strength, to see what you got by yourself. But at the end of the day, all matches is what makes Survivor Series so great, especially when you have two teams going against each other, when you have females going against each other, when you have different brands going against each other, especially if the brands constantly attack each other, especially if the people don't like each other inside of the brands. That's what makes it so amazing. That's what I love about Survivor Series. It's all matches. It's not just a one-on-one, a tag team. It's not just a pay-per-view for only one competition. It's for all. It's for SmackDown and Raw.
Read that, son. Your dad is right, Jaden.
About what?
About old school's better than new school.
I never said it wasn't.
Anyway, Brian likes traditional.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I like traditional.
I like traditional.
Traditional was better.
I like traditional.
But again, you cannot compare old school to new school in the
yes,
Survivor
you can.
Series.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Okay, Justin says NXT versus SmackDown versus Raw is cool. How all three brands is going to go good motivating into the Survivor Series. Justin Wayne also says traditional. Brian says there's always singles matches. Survivor Series gets to show who's the best of the best in both brands, teams, and so on and so forth. He's right, and it's good to see some singles matches. And yep, attaboy, it's the name of the show. The history of the Survivor Series, Moses. You walked into a great show. See, even Carlos said it. This kid's brain is polluted. It's polluted, son.
No, my brain is not polluted. Your brain is washed away. Your brain went down the toilet. Your brain went into the sewer. I had to go down there and find it for you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I had to get you a new one. I forgot about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Your old brain wasn't functioning right, so I had to bring you back.
My old brain still knows.
Dad, come back out of La La Land. Get out of La La Land. It's not my fault you wear cotton candy shirts every day and walk around.
Okay, hello, Kitty.
Ay, Dad.
Right, hello, Kitty.
Wait, listen, we could go all day with this.
Let's stick to the topic then.
Yes.
Anyway.
I have to jack you up.
You jack me up?
Yeah.
Yeah? You sure?
Yeah.
Anyway, let's not get violent in front of the fans. Let's keep it professional. Anyway.
For now.
Yeah, you see, Brian, you see how this child... Anyway.
For now.
Let's continue with the topic.
Yes.
So, in your opinion, guys, if you had a chance to build a dream team from the old school and new school, who would it be? Jaden, I'm gonna ask you that question as well.
Okay, repeat that question one more time, just so I can make sure that I have these right people, that I'm being smart about this.
If you had a chance to build a dream team from old school to in new school, who would it be?
Does it matter how many people are in the team?
No, it's 5 a team.
5 a team. Okay.
I see a Thanksgiving turkey bash between you guys. I'll go to Modell's and get a red shirt. Don't be surprised. See, look at that. He said you can't compare old and new. Young Padawan. That's you. You need some education.
No, you need some education. Guys, please cover your eyes, because I'm about to RKO him through the table.
Kid wrestling was good in 1978 to 2000. Father, that changed.
I still believe you can compare today. Father, you're going to need to come down here because the table's about to be broken.
Just go ahead and answer your question.
Okay. Let me see here.
So we're going to ask you guys that question too.
So,
from the 80s to now, pick a dream team.
Starting off with my two, the Legion of Doom, Undertaker, Jake the Snake. Okay, I gotta pick at least one person from the new era.
He can't even pick one from the new era.
Let's see here. Honestly, Ricochet. And my last pick would probably be Jake the Snake Roberts. That would be my dream team right there. Legion of Doom, Undertaker, Ricochet, and Jake the Snake.
Now you guys,
that would be my dreams.
One new school.
I could have named all of them.
Forgot about all the new school.
Listen,
four
I could have named
old school in that category.
I could have named I could have named every single new school wrestler, but I chose not to because I picked the ones that I liked. I picked the wrestlers that I liked. I wasn't picking the wrestlers from the new school or the old school. I was picking the wrestlers that were in my favoritism, in my favorite group. Please, let's hear yours.
Anyway, before we continue, we have a question. Jeremy asks us, what's our take in Backyard Federation? Well, backyard wrestling is extreme wrestling.
It's kind of scary.
It's brutal and it's scary.
Kinda.
That's how many indie superstars began. But I'm with it. I'm good with the backyard wrestling. But back to our topic. I'm sorry. So the Survivor Series. Look at this dream team we have, courtesy of Brian. The Legion of Doom, The Undertaker, Bruiser Brody, Sting, and the Ultimate Warrior. You do see that he didn't mention now one new school in that category.
Okay, and your point is
that they suck.
No. Just like
he said versus all three members of the Shield and the Usos. That's a hell of a match.
That's a good match right there.
That's a really good match.
That I would enjoy to see. That I would enjoy.
That's a hell of a match.
All three Shield members and the Usos. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. That would be a great match. So, Dad, let's hear yours. Let's hear your dream team.
Excuse me.
And let's compare my dream team to your dream team.
Well, my dream team, first and foremost, Hulk Hogan. I would have to say, I'll give him his due, Roman Reigns. The Undertaker.
Oh, look who's talking. Look who put a new age wrestler into their team.
No, but see, there's a difference.
There's no difference.
Roman Reigns come from the Samoan dynasty.
That doesn't mean anything.
He comes from old school wrestling.
That doesn't mean nothing.
Alpha and Sika.
That has nothing to do with anything.
Before I was rudely interrupted.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, Roman Reigns, The Undertaker, Andre the Giant, and Bruiser Brody. Thank you.
Are you done? Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
You're tiring me out.
Smart ass.
Okay, good. You're done.
Okay, Jeremy, I'm sorry. We actually answered that question.
I think my team's better.
Our backyard feeds and wrestling. Yeah, like I said, we do like the wrestling, backyard wrestling. We support it. But unfortunately, that's not our topic today, sir. Our topic is the history of the Survivor Series. If you want to comment on that, you feel free to do so. Jump in the conversation. But see, he actually did. Look at that. Ultimate Warrior, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Pedro Morales, The Rock. All old school wrestlers. Booyah!
The Rock's not necessary. Oh yeah, okay. Doesn't mean nothing. Does not mean anything. Nothing. Doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't mean nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna be
Sure.
when you realize and when you come out of La La Land, when you stop skipping.
My son.
Yes,
Stick to the
that's
topic,
what
son.
I am.
Stick to the topic, son.
No. I'm way on topic. I'm just saying, when you get out of La La Land, realize that you can still compare these guys from Survivor Series to the old guys in Survivor Series. Just telling you. Just get that in your head.
Lord, I tell you, this kid, he's something else. He is something else. Anyway, back to our topic. So, if you had a chance to put together a singles competition at the Survivor Series, give me 2 matches that you will put in a singles competition.
I would love to see Hulk Hogan and Roman Reigns. And let's see here.
Rocky Maivia.
And I would love to see The Rock. The Rock? You know what? No, scratch that. Not The Rock. I would love to see.
Jesus.
Are you done? When I was rudely interrupted for the 3rd time.
Announce the dream team.
Yes. You can announce the dream team. Back to what I was saying though. And the last match would probably Hulk Hogan versus Roman Reigns, and the last match would be yes, I'll go back to The Rock. The Rock versus Drew McIntyre.
That's not a bad match.
I would see that.
Moses Marquez says the most ever fantasy team of all time, in his opinion. Sting from the 80s. Otis. Big E. Heartbreak Kid. And Samoa Joe.
It's not really a bad team, though.
No, it's
if you think about it, it's not a bad team.
And then Brian just mentioned DDP versus Randy Orton. The Battle of the Cutters. RKO versus the Diamond Cutter. I also agree with that match at the Survivor Series. So, we got some interesting answers here. Now, fans, comes the time when we actually going to talk about now the
Survivor Series coming up on Sunday.
Coming this Sunday, which we're going to give our predictions right now, and we're going to ask for your prediction and your comments on about these matches. So, the first match, Lilo Rush against Angel Garza for the NXT Cruiserweight title. Who do you have, Jaden?
Oof, I'm not really into cruiserweights like that, so I gotta stay neutral for this one.
I say Lilo Rush. What do you guys think?
I'm not really into the cruiserweights, so I can't really answer that. Whenever we have our next show, if we backtrack on that, then I can answer that question. But right now, I'm just gonna stay neutral for right now.
Okay.
For that match.
Oh, Ryan says Garza. That's an interesting pick, but I say Lilo Rush because he's come back with a new attitude. He is the Cruiserweight champion, and he's kind of hungry. And before we get into the next one, here's a fantasy match, a dream match, 2 single matches by Jeremy. Dolph Ziggler versus Shawn Michaels. Excellent match. And Randy Orton versus The Fiend. Moses says Sting versus Cesaro.
That's not a bad match. What do you think about that? Wow. That would be a good match. I honestly, the Swiss Superman, Swiss Cyborg, whatever he goes by, and Sting with his Scorpion finisher,
So Moses says NXT is gonna sweep at the Survivor Series.
I mean, he could be right. By the way, NXT has been going on.
Well, we got a match. Right. We got the NXT Heavyweight Championship match. Adam Cole to have an opponent that has not been announced yet. So it's interesting to see where that's gonna go. But I'm going to have to give that to Adam Cole.
I agree. I got to give that one to Adam Cole.
Now, Jaden? The women's match.
Okay. Women's match. Charlotte Flair, versus Natalya versus...
No. That's not that. I'm sorry, fans. Let me read that.
Oh, wrong match.
You have the Women's Survivor Series match. Wake up, son. Focus. Flair, Natalia, the Kabuki Warriors, and Sarah Logan for the Raw team. Then you have for SmackDown, Sasha Banks, Carmella, Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, and Nikki Cross. And for NXT, it's up in the air.
I kind of messed up Nikki Cross though. I was actually looking forward to seeing her in Survivor Series, but
Brian is going for Adam Cole.
I agree with
that
him.
one. So what do you think of that women's match, Jaden?
I gotta go with SmackDown side. I'm liking SmackDown, especially with Carmella's new not Carmella. I'm sorry, fans. Sasha Banks' new attitude, new heel turn. So I'm looking forward to seeing SmackDown.
Oh, well, Brian's going with NXT. Surprising, he's going with NXT, and NXT may have something to prove that night with them for the women's match. He's going for the women's match. Now, here comes the men's match. Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, and Ricochet.
I already know this is the SmackDown versus Raw match and
Roman,
NXT.
King Corbin, Ali, Shorty G, and Braun Strowman. Then NXT again doesn't have a team.
I can't answer that question. I just can't answer that question. I like both teams.
I'm gonna give it to Raw.
I like both teams.
Well, Jeremy says SmackDown gets the win.
I'm not sure. I'm liking both teams right now. Both teams are looking dangerous and good.
We don't know what
I'm liking NXT too. I don't know, so I can't really answer. I'm gonna stay mutual on that one.
Brian is going with Raw.
I'm not sure.
I agree with Brian. I gotta say Raw. Now this match is interesting. This tag team match. Moses goes with NXT as well. He's going for the men's match. Brian for Raw. Now we go to the tag team match. All tag team champions. The Viking Raiders, the New Day, and the Undisputed Era.
I gotta go with the New Day on
Moses
this
says
one.
NXT. I guess he's really pushing for NXT to
I gotta
take
go. You know what?
For this one,
I agree.
Have to say the Undisputed Era.
I agree. NXT. I changed my mind. NXT.
I would have to say that one.
NXT. Yes, absolutely. The Undisputed Era. NXT all the way for that.
And Jeremy calls that two people are going to turn on their brands. I won't be surprised if they do.
Let's see.
And he's going for SmackDown for the women. And Brian goes for the Undisputed Era. And Jeremy says two guys in the men's match. And Brian says hands down Undisputed Era. So we got that prediction. Yeah. I got to agree with that too.
Me too.
Now, the next match to me, which I think is going to steal the show for this one. United States Champion AJ Styles. Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura. And North American Heavyweight Champion Roderick Strong. I've seen these three men. This is an epic match, which honestly, I'm going to have to stay neutral with this one.
Okay, now, we have seen two of these guys go against each other. And Shinsuke and AJ had the biggest rivalry going on. I have to stay neutral. There's no pick for that. All hands down, all jokes aside, everything. I have to stay neutral on this one. There is absolutely no pick for me for this match. I think that match, just like you said, will possibly steal the show. If not, I will be surprised. If that match does not steal the show, I will be surprised.
Even Brian says neutral. He said all three competitors are amazing. Moses is going for the Undisputed Era as well. Jeremy is going for the New Day in the last tag team match. But Brian is absolutely right. It's tough to call with those three fighting in the same ring. They're both amazing talent. He said, and it's true what he said. He said this is like an underdog match, best match of the pay-per-view. And Jeremy says, I got all day Nakamura. He's going for Nakamura. Moses going for Roderick Strong. So that's who they're picking, and I don't knock them for it. You know what I mean? But I think this match is going to be the match of the night.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I agree.
Excuse me, fans. I'm sorry. Now this is another interesting match, which I'm looking forward to seeing. Becky Lynch the Raw Women's Champion, Bayley, SmackDown Champion, and Shayna, the NXT Women's Champion. She has made a mark. She's come to the main roster, going after the WWE superstars. How do you see that match going?
Okay, I see this match going in 3 ways.
Oh, we got her. Errol Smith says AJ's going to win. Hey, we never know.
I see Shayna, or how do you pronounce her name? Shayna. I see her winning to get at least like the 3rd point or so for NXT. I see Becky Lynch and Bayley going at it with each other.
Brian says Shayna.
I see them 2 going at it with each other, and all 3 could possibly have a chance. But my top heights is Shayna for this one.
I would gotta say Bayley.
I have to say Shayna.
Bayley, with that new attitude that she has, this new heel character, I kind of give it to her. She's more aggressive. She's more ready for it.
True.
I gotta give it to her.
True. I agree.
Look, she's going to tap them out, guys. She's a beast. You're absolutely right. She is a beast. If I'm not mistaken, I think she was a former UFC fighter. But she's excellent in the ring.
Yes.
Great talent. And I won't be, listen, I'm going for Bayley, but I won't be surprised
I won't be surprised if Shayna wins. That's why I said that's my pick right there. Shayna's my pick.
Now, Shayna's going to kill him. Shayna's going to everybody's picking Shayna. So it's unanimous with Shayna. So let's see it. Let's hope it happens. You make a name for herself. So this match is kind of weird to me. Bray Wyatt, The Fiend, against Daniel Bryan for the Universal title.
I gotta go with Bray Wyatt.
No, I definitely gotta go with Bray Wyatt.
I gotta go with Bray Wyatt.
But it kind of seems to me that Bray Wyatt is kind of indestructible. You can't
can't beat him. Like,
and Jeremy said Becky's gonna win. So let's see how that goes.
I mean, look, just to backtrack real quick. Look at what Seth Rollins did to him at Hell in a Cell. He practically beat his head, and he came back. And
this is a good point that Earl Smith just mentioned. Shayna might also win with the help of Ronda Rousey.
Oh,
she might
yes.
return back to the Survivor Series and help her. He said, "I'll go." He said, "I'll go with Joey Ryan be superhuman versus Shayna looks like Bayley on roids."
She does. She's not lying. Or he's not lying. Sorry. He's not lying. She does look like that.
Wow. It's an interesting, this match of Bray Wyatt and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan has been up against the worst. And I think he's going to take he's going to take Bray Wyatt to the limit, but I think Bray Wyatt is still going to come up with this one.
I mean, just look at what Seth Rollins did to him. He almost broke his head, and he came right back up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, back to the topic.
I got to give it to Bray Wyatt.
I got to give it,
Daniel Bryan is an excellent wrestler, but I got to give it to Bray. Now, to me, Joey Ryan versus Superhuman. Of course, that match happened a couple of months ago. Bryan at Atomic Revolutionary Wrestling, and Superhuman won. Which
who won the title?
We tried to get him onto the show, but apparently he didn't want to come on the show, so we just left it alone. Anyway, I'm not even going to touch that subject. The Fiend. The Fiend. It's it's interesting. No, that's what I'm saying. The Fiend, love him against Bryan, but it's too early to have him beat. No, absolutely. Keep the title on the Fiend. The man has a hell of a character. Let him stay with it. Let him be indestructible. Let him just be destructive all over the place. Let him kick ass. But it's true what they said. Please turn off those red damn lights. That's ridiculous. Like, I understand what they're trying to do, but no, like, leave it alone. Now the last match, which to me is stupid, ridiculous. Brock Lesnar against Rey Mysterio for the WWE title.
I want Rey to win, but I know he's not. I just know he's not. And it's Dad.
Whoop, wait a minute. Before you continue, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Mr. Solomon said possible no contest. That could be that they beat the living shit out of each other, and then it just.
Or it's probably gonna be one of those. It's either that, or it's gonna be one of those type of matches where someone wins at like 5 seconds. Literally, it's gonna be one of those type of matches.
Even Bryan say, "Oh God, the Brock Lesnar, Rey Mysterio." Like, what are you doing? Like, with all due respect to Rey Mysterio, I love the man. He's an excellent wrestler. We met him.
But why
But
him?
why him against Brock Lesnar?
Why
and Brock
him?
Lesnar are all people. The man
He sucks.
They need to keep the
They
belt on
need to
Bray till
keep
he
the-
takes on either Brock Lesnar, Roman, or Strowman.
They should have just kept it on Kofi. Kofi
And
could have
even
did some
Brian
great
said that Ray is
things.
going to get massacred. You know why? Because this is a no-holds-barred match. The Rey Mysterio and Brock Lesnar match is a no-holds-barred match. Are you kidding me?
These guys, man. This is the only match that I think will not be such a good match. But hey, we can't decide.
Moses said, "What if the lights goes blue? It's better than red." You know, and then Jeremy says Ray pulls an Eddie. How possible?
Hey, you never know.
With WWE, we're wrestling.
It's
You never
unpredictable.
know, so it's very unpredictable. Well, guys, this is the ending of our topic. Well, we didn't even give our prediction for Brock and Ray, but obviously I say Brock.
I said Brock, but I want Ray to win.
Yeah.
I want him to win, but I know it's not gonna happen.
You see, even Brian said Ray is great, but this is a David and Goliath, but Goliath is going to win this one. And then Moses says, I think Ray's son may screw him over. That's also a good point. Or he beats up Brock. That's also a good point that we might be seeing. There's only one way to find out. Tune into this Sunday to the Survivor Series at the WWE Network. But fans, that clears our topic for today. Another excellent show by my colleague here, Short Round, Hello Kitty.
Okay, la la la.
As always, next week, fans, we are actually not going to be live. We're taking next week off due to Thanksgiving. We hope... wait, hold on. He said, Lewis, this is like when you were young Nash and Ray. Yep, there you go. But Kevin Nash, I think, was better than Brock.
I agree.
Next week is Thanksgiving. We wish everyone a healthy and safe Thanksgiving. Next week we won't be live. We'll be live the week after with our weekly show on Friday. And we thank you all for watching. We thank you all for the comments, for the support and everything we do. And as always, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. If you have any questions, concerns, or comments, or ever want to be a guest on the show to talk wrestling with us, email us at evolutionofprowrestling@gmail.com. From all of us here, from myself, my co-host, Jaden, Hello Kitty over here.
Yeah.
And my producer and director, my lovely wife, Yesenia. Thank you guys for watching Evolution of Pro Wrestling. Have a good night, fans.